everybody. I'm Polly Conway from Common Sense Media. I'm the senior TV editor, and I'm so happy to be here with Meg Donnelly. She is the star of Zombies and Zombies 2. Hi, Meg. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. First off, I wanted you to tell us a little bit about you and the movie and your role as Addison.
Okay. Well, so I was in Zombies and Zombies 2. And I've been singing and dancing like probably my whole life. And acting as well. I was like a huge theater kid. So Zombies was definitely in that right vein. Because I've been doing it for so long, and it was such an honor. And Zombies 1 was so much fun. I was like 16 and going to Toronto for the first time, and it was a crazy first experience, and I have learned so much from it, and I am who I am today because of it. And Addison is the role that I play. She is a cheerleader. She's super bubbly, super confident, but she has a wig on the whole time, and she's hiding who her true self is. And Zombies are also, it's their first year that they're allowed to attend human high school. So they're at the school, and all the humans are so afraid of them. They think they're so gross. But Addison is the one who kind of sees through and realizes that they're celebrating their differences, and they love that they're different. And that helps her embrace her real hair. And, her and Zed have a little romance. And yeah, so that's Addison. She's really brave. I've definitely learned a lot from playing her.
That's awesome. So we just honored Zombies 2 as a Common Sense Media selection, which means we think it's a really good choice for kids and families to watch. And
Thank you.
one of the things we really love about it is representation of what we call character strengths, like positive qualities like perseverance, compassion, courage, which you already mentioned. And I feel like communication is a character strength that's really big in the Zombies world. Can you talk a little bit about like how all the different groups, the werewolves, the zombies, the humans, how do they learn to communicate, and how does that help them solve problems?
Yeah. Well, in Zombies 2 especially, so there's zombies and humans, and they finally got that to work, and they're finally coexisting, and they're all amazing, and zombies and humans are living side by side, and they're together, it's unified. And then werewolves come in, and they're like, wait, whoa, okay, hold on. And Zed, who is a zombie, and the zombies in general are kind of offset by them, because they went through all of this terrible times, and they had to learn their strength, and they had to really fight hard for their rights. And then now werewolves come in, and they just get accepted. Everyone loves them, and they're like, whoa, that's so unfair. So there's definitely a rift between the zombies and werewolves, but they communicate, and they realize that they're both monsters, and they both have had really troubled times, and they work together to bring down the injustice. And they really communicated to get together and break down the barrier between humans and monsters. So that's definitely a big one. Also, Zed and Addison go through a lot of troubles with like the werewolves coming in. Zed wants to protect Addison, but Addison doesn't want Zed to make decisions for her, and they communicate that very well, and they talk to each other, and they figure out a way to make it work for the both of them. So that's really important too. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy lessons. Like there's one main theme, and then there's like 5 million like sub themes. It's really cool. Yeah.
Totally. Speaking of sub themes, how does Zombies 2 and Zombies, how do they challenge stereotypes?
Ooh, a lot. It's really cool how they are talking about stereotypes and like about history, but they do it in a fun way that kids can learn. So with music and with zombies and werewolves, and these kids are getting the same lessons, but just having it be fun. And so I think it's really special. I'm so honored that I can be a part of, this franchise. But I think, especially in high school, it's really hard to find where you fit in. And I think they do it really well where, you know, it's really hard to find what group you're a part of, but, you know, as long as you stay true to yourself and you accept everybody else for who they are, then you'll be happy. Also with zombies too, zombies too, TOO. Um, uh, they really celebrate their differences, and they know that they're different, but they love that about themselves, and they actually, you know, really showcase their differences. And I think the humans started to admire that, and they started embracing their differences too. And I think it's really just about learning where other people come from, and just because they're different, because they're from the other side of the tracks, just because you don't know how they live and what their upbringing is, you need to be educated and you need to learn about it, instead of just being, oh, I already know that they're bad because I've heard all these stories about them, but you never got to know them in the first place. It's just what you have heard. So you should really get to know them first before making a decision.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really fun way to learn about some hard stuff in the real world.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, putting it in the world of monsters is like,
Mhm.
that's just far enough away for kids to, you know, have fun and enjoy it, but also really, you know, get those messages across.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it. What messages do you think Zombies sends about courage? And you already sort of touched on this, but you know, I think almost all the characters are super brave in the
Yeah.
choices that they make and what they do.
Yeah. Well, like Addison, for example, she really knows that she wants to be a leader, but she doesn't know how. And she doesn't know if it's with cheerleading or with the werewolves or with zombies. And she feels like everyone else has their place, but she doesn't. And she really takes the big step into figuring out who she is. And she goes through all these lengths, and she helps everybody. And it's really courageous. Like, she's always the first one to be like, there's like this dark hole with, you know, lights coming out of it and like eyes coming out of it, and she's like, yeah, let's go. Like, I'm the first one to go. I don't know how she does it. And she always wants to lead everybody to victory, and I think that's so brave. Like, she always takes the big step. And especially in the first Zombies, when she takes off her wig and shows everybody her real hair in front of all these people, and they react badly, but she's even happy even though they're all booing her. Like, she is so proud of herself for doing that, and she realizes that she needs to embrace her differences, and she just wants to spread the word. And I think that's really brave. Like, that takes guts. So yeah. And then the zombies, I mean, having to deal with all the prejudice, they rose up against it, and they ended up, you know, winning in the end. And same with the werewolves too. Just like, it takes a lot of courage to just try and fight for equality, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bullying happening in the world and in, you know, Zombies 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how, you know, Addison and Zed and, you know, the people who are sort of the recipients of bullying, how do they process that? And do you have any advice for in the real world for, you know, any experiences you might have had?
Hmm. I feel like in the beginning of Zombies 1, Zed and Addison and the zombies kind of thought that it was them. And they were like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. I need to change myself because these people are being mean. I'm obviously doing something wrong. But I feel like they realized at the end that it has nothing to do with them. And it's just other people's insecurities. So I think that's a big thing, is people who are bullies and they're mean to you, it's usually just their self insecurity, or they're going through something and they want to take it out on you to make them feel better. So it's never you, and it's never anything you're doing. And as long as you have your friends and your family who love you for who you are, you shouldn't worry about what those people are doing. And it's such a waste of energy to worry and to be like, oh, I need to make these people who are being mean to me love me. Like, I need to fix myself for them. Like, they don't care about you. They're just trying to help themselves. So be with the people that love you. So I think that should be your main focus. And especially in high school, like, it's rough sometimes, but I feel like if you just remember that, then you'll be fine.
That's really good advice. Okay, I'm really excited about this next part because I have gotten some questions from some kids who are
Ooh.
fans.
Mhm.
And first one is from Morgan, and she is 8. She wants to know, what is your favorite scene in Zombies 2?
Hi, Morgan. My favorite scene in Zombies 2. Mm, wow, there's so many. I think one of my favorites is I can't decide my favorite, but definitely the first one that came to my head was the fight scene between Zen and Addison. I know that sounds so weird, but Milo and I always do, Milo who plays Zed, we always do these scenes where we're like a couple and it's really cute and fun and like we're flirty, but this was like a really serious scene and it was so challenging to do with Milo and it was so fun and rewarding afterwards that that was one of my favorites because it was just really different and it was really fun to do a type of scene like that with him. Yeah.
Totally. Cool. Okay, this sort of follows. This is from Olivia, and she wants to know, when did you decide that you wanted to be an actor?
Whoa. Okay. I mean, since I was 5, I've been going to theater school when I was younger. And I knew I always wanted to be some type of performer. Like when I was little, it was definitely musical theater, so like Broadway type acting. But I started auditioning for when I was like 12 or so for other things like movies and TV shows. And then I fell in love with acting that way because I loved it so much and it was so different from Broadway because you have to like make everything like, less facial expressions in Broadway. And I loved it. So I guess really around like 11, 12. I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, it's so fun to, see somebody who has been doing it for so long and to find success, but to still love it. And
Yes.
you can tell in the zombies movies are so joyful and just so
Mm-hmm.
much fun. And I think that the performers really help that. So yeah, it's cool.
Thanks.
Okay, I'm gonna change track a little tiny bit. All right, so everyone in the world right now is sort of facing a bit of a challenge with coronavirus, and I'm thinking that a lot of people, including me, are watching zombies at home to stay entertained. But I wanted to know, what are you doing at home to, stay entertained, to, keep yourself feeling good, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, wow. I've been trying to be productive as possible, which is really hard to be self-motivated, especially when you're in your house, you just want to sleep all day. I've definitely done that a couple of days, but I have been like reorganizing my room. Anytime I feel like I'm going to start overthinking or like I get into like a funk, I just will like try and reorganize something or I'll start drawing or like try to write music. I also just listen to music because that helps. I also have been taking like the dance classes on live. Like a lot of dancers are giving like free dance classes and it's been really awesome. So I've been doing that. And then also just having like dance parties by myself. And that's pretty much it. I've also been studying my Japanese and I also am trying to get my driver's license because I'm 19. I still have my driver's license, which is not crazy, I guess. But yeah, so I've been trying to keep myself busy. But it definitely is hard.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a really nice, well-rounded group of activities.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch TV. Okay, I'm gonna play solitaire, and I'm gonna watch TV again. I'm like, I think it's variety is really good.
Yeah.
Whether you're a kid or an adult is just sort of creating your own little routines.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Cool. Japanese. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. This is my last question. It's kind of got a couple parts. What was your favorite piece of media when you were little? Like it could be a book, a movie, a TV show, even a video game.
Ooh, wow.
Or right now.
I'm trying to think. When I was younger, I used to watch The Sound of Music with my mom all the time. So I love The Sound of Music a lot.
It's so
It's such a good movie. I cry every time. I don't know why. It's just like, it just makes me feel nostalgic, So yeah, Sound of Music.
Totally. It's the best. I try to like not watch it too much. I'll like save it for, I think, is it Christmas
Yes.
or Easter that they play it? I'm like, okay, I'm
Mhm.
only allowed to watch it during this month. Or else
Yeah,
I will burn out
exactly.
on it. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Cool. This has been great. I just want to thank you so much for chatting with us. And
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
for sure, we love zombies. And thank you again. All right. Good luck with your Japanese and your dancing and all your fun
Thank you.
stuff at home.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure. Okay.
Bye. Be
Bye.
safe.
Thank you.